Alright, we finna have the moon entering Scorpio tomorrow early. And I mean early as far as like 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. So you know you gotta be somewhere at around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. Especially if it's dealing with a female. You know you got a side check or anything at that perspective. Don't even go there tonight. Matter of fact, stay put. Because when the moon enters Scorpio, woo! Moon going to sleep there. Moon's all about love and nurturing and caring. And of course, it want to pretty much do that with material. But also, what you care about the most and what you love appreciate the most can pretty much destroy you. So when that moon make its way into Scorpio, which is the other side of Taurus, sheesh. And we already got Mars. We already got Mars in Taurus. We got the North Node in Taurus. We got Uranus in Taurus. Shit, we got a whole lot of planets in Taurus. So that all that energy is going to be opposing the moon. And the moon is what you manifesting, what's being created from you inwardly, pushing that out externally. See, when you go to sleep, the man busts a nut. Now, the woman, now that nut is basically going in the woman, that mind, and all that shit that was on your mind is going in the woman. Now, the woman is pretty much creating with that sperm. Now, when that sperm is done, when it's emitted, when it's creating this egg, the woman is going to pretty much, now what she going to do, she going to release, go to sleep, and the man going to wake up. And then he's going to live out that dream. So now when it comes to this perspective, and this comes to this situation, when the moon enters in Scorpio, we're going to have a grand trine. the moon falls in Scorpio, it's sleep there. So it's pretty much doing things that it don't want to do, and that it's not really comfortable with doing. But of course, it got to basically get its job done. But of course, it's a trine and everything in that perspective. So you're going to have to trine. You're going to have to try to have an emotional, deep connection when it comes to home, family, privacy, or go through some deep transformation when it comes to dealing with home, family, and privacy. Now, the signs that's going to be opposite is going to be Taurus. Hear me? Taurus, you guys not going to really have no deep connection when it comes to your emotional stance on things. So, of course, Scorpio can pretty much help you out with that situation. Now, Taurus want to be fixated down there for practical. And, of course, for Taurus want to be a tree. For instance, we're going to make an example. The Taurus is a tree. Now, the tree don't want to move. The tree want to pretty much hold us down its territory. But, of course, there's more other trees going on that side, which Scorpio is pretty much underneath the surface sauce. Now, when that tree is ready to pretty much go through a transformation, what's going to happen is Scorpio is going to transform that tree. Of course, Taurus is going to be able to actually have another tree to pretty much grow on. Now, when it comes to this perspective, when it comes to this scenario, we're going to have a grand water trine. So that means the charts that you have Pisces in, the charts that you have Scorpio in, and of course the charts that you have Cancer in, these are going to be the charts that's going to pretty much be receiving that grand water trine. And of course, this is pretty much up to you to go ahead and of course spend time behind closed doors, having a deeper connection with home, family, privacy, dreams, imaginations, fantasies, of course, what you pretty much need to be reacting and responding to. Now, with the moon being in Scorpio, this is what you pretty much really need to be doing, of course, not showing too much when it comes to your home, your family, your privacy, your domestic nature. Just keep these things hidden and, of course, private this way. Now, we're going to get real deep, real fast when it comes to these alignments. Now, if you're a Scorpio ascendant, you're going to be placed into a circumstance, situation, in a scenario of having the power control from the moon. That's going to conjunct your personality. So, of course, you need to go ahead and take a full power control of your personality, your private life, and, of course, be deep, hidden, of course, private with that circumstance situation. Now, your fifth house is in pretty much Neptune. So, of course, you need to go ahead and express some form of creativity, expressions, imaginations, and, of course, have a deeper connection when it comes to your dreams and imaginations. And, of course, you got the ninth house in Cancer. So, the better you can pretty much have an emotional connection towards expanding, and, of course, looking at the bigger picture, of course, you'll be on the right spectrums. Now, what's going to throw you off is going to be the Mars in Taurus. And, of course, all the Taurus energies, which is going to pretty much be your seventh house. Surface things that want clinginess, things that needs to pretty much be catering towards down to earth and practicality. So one's going to pretty much kind of take you out your comfort zone from your seventh house. If you planting bad seeds, if you have no balance and equilibrium and fairness when it comes to your dreams, imaginations, fantasies. Second house. If you got this in your placement, you are second house, you got this placement, you are Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. So of course you're gonna pretty much be dealing with the oppositions, because you pretty much are the descendant. So in this house right here, Scorpio don't even like this house. So by the fourth, you're gonna pretty much go through some deep transformations when it comes to the things you value, the people you value, and of course the areas where you pretty much ground yourself and have a form of connection towards the material natures and your material matters. Now in this house right here, what you pretty much need to go ahead and do, you need to pretty much value, have a deeper connection, or transform what you value during this time. Feel me? The better you can pretty much do that, and of course, the better you can stay down when you come up when it comes to the things you value, your resources, your material, and of course, not express too much of that or value too much of that. The better you can pretty much do that, you'll be all right. Now, if you ain't planting bad seeds, that means you ain't have no balance when it comes to your personal life. You ain't plant the right seeds, so that means your second house is going to pretty much be unaligned. It's going to be unbalanced. So when you get to this spectrum right here, now, you're gonna what you're gonna have in this house right here, you got Libra. So that means Yeah, that means the house that you have Pisces in is gonna pretty much be in your sixth house. So that means you need to pretty much have some form of dreams, imaginations, and fantasies when it comes to your work, health, routines, and things that you pretty much do on a day-to-day basis. Oh no, I'm lying. You actually got this in your fifth house. You got Pisces in your fifth house. Wait, hold on. We're gonna leave it a second. Nah, yeah, I was right. You got it in your sixth house, so that means you need to put some form of dreams, imaginations, and fantasy towards your dreams, and of course the things that you pretty much are grounding yourself towards too. And the area that you're gonna pretty much have Cancer in is going to be in the 10th house, your status, your career, your reputation. The better you can pretty much, have an emotional, deeper connection on that, the better you would be in the right spectrum to go ahead and, of course, keep moving forward. Now, if you got this in your third house, you're a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. So that means you're going to be placed into a situation of dealing with misunderstandings on a deeper level. Now, if you ain't creating no form of equilibrium and balance when it comes to the things you value, the people you value, your environment, your surroundings is going to bring. Yeah, so Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, you're going to go to a deep transformation, or you need to go ahead and take power control over your environment when it comes to your Moon being in Scorpio in your third house. Now, your third house is pretty much dealing with your environment, your surroundings, and things that's in your environment. If you don't want certain things in your environment or certain people, places, and things, that's going to pretty much make you feel uncompromised. And you, of course, you need to go ahead and transform that shit. Because the things, now, if you're planting bad seeds, and when the moon is in Libra, you won't have no balance. So, of course, you're going to be unbalanced. Now, your seventh house is going to be in Pisces. That's going to be the area where you need to go ahead and, of course, put some dreams and imagination and fantasy towards relationships and the way you relate towards people, places, and things, and looking at the bigger picture. Now, you're going to have the 11th house in Cancer. So that means you need to go ahead and, of course, place your, you need to go ahead and, of course, pay attention towards taking action, towards having an emotional connection towards your associations and, of course, the things that you associate yourself with. You'll be on the right spectrum. Now, if you got Cancer, if you got Cancer in your fourth, I'm bugging. If you got Scorpio in your fourth house, you're going to be placed into a circumstance situation of dealing with the moon falls in this house. Scorpio falls, well, the fourth house falls in Scorpio. So that means you're going to go through some deep transformations when it comes to your home, your family, your privacy, and of course what you got going on when it comes to your home and your family, especially if you're planting bad seeds with the moon being in with the moon being in your Libra constellation. If you're planting bad seeds in your third house, your home, your things that the seeds you planted within your environment, your surroundings will make its way towards your home and your family and your privacy. Now you need to go ahead and take power control over your home, family, and privacy. Keep these things hidden. Feel me? The better you can pretty much do that, you'll be in the better characteristics and, of course, the better traits to pretty much keep moving forward. Now, when it comes to that spectrum right here, you're going to be placed into a situation of manifesting a whole lot of power control issues dealing with home and family. So the better you can pretty much take power control over that, you'll be out, and you'll be out in that spectrum to pretty much go ahead and keep moving forward. Now, you're going to have the 8th house in Pisces, so you need to have a deep connection towards keep being hidden, private when it comes to your dreams, imaginations, fantasies, and illusions. You're going to have the 12th house in Cancer, so you need to pay attention towards putting some fantasies and illusions and dreams towards your creative endeavors when it comes to home, family, care natures. Now, if you got this in your fifth house, you're a Cancer ascendant, so that means you're going to be placed into a circumstance situation of having a deep transformation when it comes to your home, family, privacy, your environment, your romance, and of course your children. Now, what you need to go ahead and do is keep your privacies hidden when it comes to your expression, your creativity, and of course what you give your fun and enjoyment to. Everybody pretty much need to be knowing what's going on. You're gonna have the 9th house and Pisces, so you need to look at the bigger picture when it comes to expanding your dreams, imagination. Of course, your first house is going to be in Cancer, which is you need to focus on yourself, and the better you can do that, the better you'll be at the spectrum. All right, you a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant. So of course you're gonna have Scorpio in your 6th house. So if you're planting bad seeds when it comes to your home, when it comes to your romance, your love life, your creativity, expressions, and the stage you created, that stage is gonna go follow you in your 6th house, which when it comes to your work, health, routines, of course your hobbies and shit like that. Now, what you pretty much need to do in this house right here, you need to go ahead and take full power control over your work, your health, your routine, and of course put some time and energy towards where you work at, where you what you do on a day-to-day basis. The better you can pretty much do that, the better you'll be in the right characteristics and right traits to pretty much keep moving forward and of course pushing yourself to the limit. You're going to have the 10th house in Pisces, so of course you need to put some form of dreams, imaginations, fantasies, and illusions towards your status, career, reputation, and goals. And of course you're going to have 2nd house in Cancer. Now, if you got this in your 6th house, you got this in your 7th house, you are Taurus sun, moon ascendant. So the better you can pretty much put yourself into a circumstance situation of valuing your relationships, having a deep connection towards these things, and of course transforming these things for the better or for the worse, you'll be all right. Now, you're gonna have you're gonna have Cancer in your third house. So that, of course, the better you can pretty much take care of your, have an emotional connection towards your environment, your surroundings, you'll be all right. And you're gonna pretty much have the 11th house in Pisces. So of course you need to put some form of dreams, imagination, fantasies, and illusion towards your associations and what you want to associate yourself in life with. You got this in your 8th house. You need to have a deep connection towards your desires, privacy, and of course keep hitting with these areas. And you're gonna have your 8th house. You're gonna have Scorpio here, so you need to take power control over your desires, your privacies, and keep these things hidden. You're gonna have Cancer in your 4th house, so of course you need to pay attention towards home, family, and have an emotional connection towards it, or create your own home and family. You're gonna have Pisces in your 12th house. The better you can pretty much put some dreams, imaginations, fantasies towards that, you'll be alright. Now, if you got this in your 9th house, you're Aquarius ascendant. So the better you can pretty much take power control over your what the fuck? No, I'm lying. Pisces ascendant. The better you can take power control over your beliefs, your spirituality, your morals, and your principles, and keep your beliefs hidden during this time. So you can pretty much take power control over your beliefs and take power control over what you believe in. You're gonna pretty much have you're gonna manifest other individuals that's trying to take power control over what you believe in as well too. And you're gonna have displacement going on within your house, and it's gonna be, now if you're gonna have Cancer in your 4th house, so take care of your home and family and your privacy, and of course what you got going on in that perspective. And you got Pisces in your 1st house, so take care of your dreams, imagination, and fantasies, and expand that. If you got this in your 10th house, you're Aquarius ascendant, so you pretty much need to take power control of your status, reputation, your goals, your responsibilities, duties, and obligations. Be private and hidden with these areas as well too. And your 7th house is going to pretty much be placed into it. You're going to have the 6th house in Cancer. Yeah, and you're going to have Cancer in your 6th house, so that means you need to pay attention towards your health during the season. Have an emotional connection towards it and care about your health. Or you're going to manifest a situation where your health is going to be formulated into the hands of the wrong people. Also, you need to go ahead and place yourself into a circumstance situation of putting some form of dreams, imaginations, and fantasies and illusions towards your 2nd house, the things you value, the people you value. Make sure you value the right things and be focused towards that, and of course put time and energy towards that, because the things you value can be gone just like that. Now, if you got this in your 11th house, you are Sagittarius ascendant. So you need to go ahead and take power control over your associations and things that you associate yourself with. All these things can be transformed for the better or for the worse. Also, you need to go ahead, your focus and your attention this season is going to be pretty much be in your 8th house, where you got Cancer act. So the better you can pretty much pay attention towards having a deeper connection towards home, family, privacy, or transforming your home, family, and privacy for the better or for the worse. Or they're going to take power control over you and what you got going on. It can pretty much throw you off. The better, that's what you pretty much need to do. And of course, you're going to have Pisces in your 4th house. So the better you can take care of your home, your privacy, family, or having a dream and imagination and fantasy and illusion towards the house you want to be in, the area you want to live at, the better you will be out to make that happen when Neptune go ahead and make his way in Aries. Even though you're gonna start having some fantasies and illusions about these things, being that Neptune is in retrograde. But yeah, and last but not least, I think I made a mistake. I think I skipped Capricorn. Yeah, all right, if you got Capricorn, no, this is the house. This is the Capricorn house. So everything that I just said, referring to Sagittarius, you need to go ahead and take care of that issue. Now, you're gonna have now Sagittarius ascendant. You're gonna have Scorpio in your 12th house. So the better you can take power control of your dreams, your imaginations, fantasies, and illusions, and the better you can pretty much get deeper towards your psyche and take care of your dreams, the better you'll be out in that circumstance situation. Now you're gonna pretty much have Cancer in your 8th house. So you're gonna have Cancer in your 8th house. Capricorn is gonna have Cancer in your 7th house. So you better take power control over your dreams, imaginations, and fantasies towards privacy being hidden. And you're gonna have Pisces in your 4th house, and Pisces is in the house of Capricorn, the 3rd house. So yeah, my bad about that. So the better you can pretty much plant seeds, go somewhere, use some water, get like a cup of water, put it in your around your bowl, feel me? Do your meditation and your yoga, and you'll be out in that circumstance situation, feel me? But make sure you have some equilibrium and balance before you go to sleep tonight, because you don't want to wake up on the wrong side of the bed with the moon being in Scorpio, because shit get transformed. You can die, you can lose your life. That's like a full moon right there. And of course, we're getting closer to the full moon, so of course you need to get up off your 1-2, and of course head into your circumstance situation, your motherfucking business, so you can be out. Of course, you can pretty much live your dreams, and that's what you came here to do, live your dream.